Sound check. How's my sound? If you can respond in the chat. Great. Thanks, Gary. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. So some things today may require a block or two. If you do have props at home, you can grab them. You'll be able to do most of today's practice without, if you're kind of stranded out there with no yoga props. I really appreciate this virtual time together. Last week was like a really difficult week, and I feel like the more people I talk to, the more that's the response that I get from people, is that last week was really tough. And this week with the sun shining, things seem to be getting a little bit better, at least in my spirits anyway. I feel that way. And I've been doing some research for a workshop that I'm going to be leading in a few weeks on the spine. And part of what the research is on adaptability and resiliency in the tissues in the body. And really fascinating stuff, how adaptable our tissues are and how resilient our bodies are. And I started to make this correlation between the resiliency and adaptability in our body that's happening under the surface, that's happening unbeknownst to us. And then this feeling of not being able to adapt in my mind to what's going on, or not being able to feel resilient or bounce back to what's happening in the world around us. And so to me, I find it so comforting and so fascinating that beneath the surface, things are being taken care of. And even though our minds can't always catch up to that fact. And so today we'll work with some mobility techniques and also some yoga postures to create more adaptability and resiliency in the tissues. And hopefully that will translate into the mind. So to begin, you can come onto your backs, lie supine. Any props that you have, put them out of the way for now. Come all the way down onto the back. Both knees will be bent. Feet are grounded. Head resting. And when you rest your head, tilt your chin slightly down towards your chest. This is called retraction in the chin. And this elongates the back side of your skull, almost like you've placed a hood over your head. So resting there on the back, allow your eyes to close, arms by your side, palms facing up. And feel how much of the spine is resting on the floor. And then notice the places on the spine that are not resting on the floor. And you don't need to change anything or do anything differently. Allow the spine to be as it is. And start to deepen the breath. When you inhale, belly expanding, rib cage expanding, and chest expanding. Then as you exhale, there's a contraction that happens, very subtle. Stretch the breath from end to end so the inhale lasts 5 or 6 seconds long. And the exhale also lasts that same duration of time. Now, if you have the practice of Ujjayi breath in your yoga tool belt, then you can begin to initiate that here. So creating a cylinder with the throat around the breath, around the flow of air. Stay with that deep rhythm of breathing. Allow your eyes to open. Keep your left foot grounded as it is. Bring your right knee in towards you. Pull it in as close as you can. So the thigh bone is really close to the belly or the rib cage. Notice here how your elbows are bent as you pull the leg in. Now, when you inhale, let your elbows straighten so the leg will move forward and away from you some. Then as you exhale, tug the leg back in. Inhale, elbows straighten and leg moves forward. Exhale, draw it in close. Let your breath guide this movement of straightening or extending your elbow joints. And then flexing them, helping you to pull the leg in tightly. One more time, right side. Inhale, extend away. Exhale, pull in close. Then release right foot to the floor. Switch your legs, left leg held in as close as you can, thigh bone to belly or thigh bone to rib cage. Breath moves you. Inhale, arms straighten, leg moves forward and away. Exhale, draw it back in. So you're kind of pumping the bellows of your lungs. And in a way, you're pumping the leg as well. Do one more. Then release left leg. Take arms wide to T or cactus now. Heel toe the feet to the outer edges of the mat. Drop both knees to the right. And then pick up your right foot. Put it on the outside of your left thigh or knee. Turn your head left. So left leg is internal rotation. Right leg is external rotation. And there's some twisting happening in your neck spine. Then come back to center with the head, uncross the legs, set the right foot wide, go the other way, both legs to the left. Pick up lefty, stack it on the outside of righty, and then let your head turn right. Then head center, uncross lefty. Set the feet. Hug your knees into your body. When you do it, cross your ankles and hold in your knee pits as you pull your thigh bones in close. And then instead of rolling to the side, let's be a little more active. Rock and roll forward and backwards a few times. So rolling on the spine, creating a C curve with it until you can eventually rock yourself all the way up to seated. Then cross over the shins and come into tabletop. When you get into tabletop, start with your wrists under your shoulders, the hips aligned over the knees, and then add side bending. So all it means is walk your hands over to the right, set them equidistant, feel the spine in a side bend, and with the side bend, cow-cat, inhale, belly drops, chin lifts. Exhale, push the floor around. Dome the left side of your rib cage wide to the left. Follow this pattern, move with your breath. So cat-cow with a little bit of side bend in it. Spine like a banana. And use this time, this movement, to open up through the whole left side body, from the hip all the way to the armpit. Now relax that effort, cross the middle of the mat, go over the other way, set the hands equidistant, feel the banana-like spine, and move through cow-cat over here. One more time. Come back to center. Knees walk back. Tuck your toes under. Push your butt back towards your heels so that you're weighting the tucked under toes. Take a couple breaths. Stretch the soles of your feet. You may even lean your hips to the right and left so that you give big toe and then pinky toe side of the feet a little bit more attention. Then find center, look forward, push forward and away through the hands and the arms, and lift the hips up and back. First down dog. Allow the head to hang, the spine to elongate. Now you may be doing down dog with straight legs, or you might have bends in the knees. Center the knee aligning with the second toe of each foot. Take deep breath in, feel expansion happen. Exhale, walk up, feet to hands. 3 times, inhale, lengthen. Exhale and bow. Again, inhale, stretch the spine forward. Exhale, let it passively fold over. One more, inhale. And exhale. Hands to hips, press feet. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Find mountain pose and then draw your hands together in Samastiti, closing your eyes. And take a moment to feel your feet. Imagine the tissues of the feet growing wider and longer, spreading on the stickiness of your yoga mat. And from this place of groundedness and centeredness, we chant the sound of the Om 1 time. Exhale fully. And take breath all the way in. Release the arms and then allow your eyes to open. From Tadasana, exhale completely, like the breath is leaving the feet. Inhale, reach the arms, lift the chin and eyes last, touch the palms. Exhale, bow forward, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, lengthen, head up. Exhale, step back. Keep exhaling, go down. You can do knees first, or if you're ready, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, or if you did chaturanga, it may be upward facing dog, armpits back. Exhale, tuck toes, lift hips, up and back, downward facing dog. Take 4 breaths. 1. 2. 3. and 4. Deep breath all the way in. Exhale, crouch with the hips, but look forward with the eyes. Inhale, step or jump. Keep inhaling, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Strong legs. Inhale, rebound all the way up. Palms may touch. Exhale, back to mountain. Again, inhale, reach. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, traction the spine forward. Exhale, step back, lower down. Inhale, back bend, legs reach way the heck back there. Exhale, fold the hips back, downward facing, 4 breaths. 1. 2. 3. And 4. Full inhale prepares you. Exhale, crouch, look. Inhale, go there. Lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise again, reach all the way. Exhaling back to mountain pose. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, bow. Inhale, spine reaches forward. Exhale, step or jump back and lower. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing. Breathing here, 4 rhythms of breath. Notice there's been heat created. And then how has there been adaptation? So when we create more heat, things begin to open up. Even the ujjayi breath or the deep rhythm of breathing, the lungs adapt. They start to kind of fall in line and become more accustomed to that fullness of breath. Prepare with an inhale. Exhale, crouch and look. Inhale, step or jump. Keep inhaling, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach all the way to the top. Exhaling and release the arms. Take a stance that's pretty wide on your yoga mat. Reach your arms horizontally out to the sides. Bend your elbows so that your palms face forward. Can you keep the elbow and forearm at 90-degree angles? Take a breath in. Exhale, turn your arm bones internally until your palms face back. Then inhale, bring them back to where you started. So you add that external rotation. And then exhale, press forward and down through the palms, forearms, and shoulders to internally rotate them. Do it a couple of times. So we're warming up the shoulder joint through external rotation, which is here, and then internal rotation as you breathe out. It's kind of like you're moving through resistance. One more. Breathing in, they go back to the start point, and breathing out, they press forward and down. Now go back to the start point. Reach your arms horizontally out at level height, and then begin to turn your arm bones in opposite directions. So the palms are flipping up and flipping down, but really the origin of that is happening in your shoulders. So one is deeply externally rotating while the other one is internally rotating. You'll start to feel the muscles that kind of connect at the joints, warming up, becoming stronger, adapting. Go back to palms down, horizontal reach. Check the distance of the legs. So one leg length in between there. Turn your right toes out, left foot in. Inhale, go forward. Exhale into triangle, bottom hand to ground or block or to the ankle. You can even grab your big toe, left arm to the sky. Change the position of upper arm. So instead of reaching to ceiling, it now goes overhead, getting into the side body. Stretch through top arm, reach side body long. Exhale, look down. Inhale, pull back through the upper arm, come all the way up to standing. Switch the feet, right toes in, left one's out. Triangle other side, inhale, cast forward. Exhale, bottom hand to something, upper arm to the sky. So elongate both sides of your body evenly. Change upper arm bone position to overhead so you get into the side body. Breathe here. Strong through the legs and the feet, look down. Inhale, pull back through upper arm, lift all the way up to standing. Bring your hands to your hips, all 10 toes facing same direction. Move the shoulders back and the blades together behind you. Inhale, chest and eyes go up. Exhale, bow forward, touch floor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, walk your hands forward. So you're extending your arms forward and away as you release the crown of the head down. So it's like a really wide-legged downward facing dog pose. Then add side bend to it. So just like we did in that tabletop, walk your hands, arms over to the right, set them equidistant, let your head hang, pull your left hip back, but press the left pinky side of your hand down and forward into the floor. Then rainbow around to the other side, go left, equidistant hands, head hangs, pull the right hip back, press down and away through the pinky side of the right hand. Lift the head, keep walking to the left, pivot your whole body left, hands to the ground, downward dog, step it all the way back. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog, legs reach for infinity. Exhale, hips move back, downward facing. Use breath in, right leg up, back. Exhaling, right foot forward between your hands. Let your back knee come to the floor. If you need to, you can use a blanket. Both hands, right thigh. In and out of lunging. What I mean by that is when you inhale, press into your front foot, pull your hips back, tailbone and buttocks down. Exhale, go back in. So this idea of pumping that we've been doing, we did it on the back when we had our knee pulled into us. And we're bringing it into play here again. The bellows of the lungs expand as we pull back. When we exhale, they contract as we lunge forward. One more. Stay in the lunge, reach the arms, crescent pose. Then start to cast your spine forward so it's reaching out. Hands together in prayer, take breath in. Exhale, twist to your right, hook the left arm somewhere outside of the right thigh. So you can stay here with hands in prayer. If this shape doesn't seem to suit you, you go left hand to the floor, right arm to the ceiling. If you'd like to go a little bit more tightly wrapped, you can take the left arm outside of the foot, fingertips on the ground, and top arm overhead. So it becomes like a pretty deep and tight crossbody twist. Last breath wherever you are. And release, unwind, touch the floor. Downward dog, step all the way back. Optional vinyasa between sides, take it if you'd like, or stay put and breathe. Low crescent lunge, second side, left leg up, back. Exhale, left foot forward. Right knee touches down, both hands left thigh. The bellows of the lungs help us to move in this kind of pumping or pulsation. Inhale, pull back, buttocks long. As you exhale, lunge, keep the tailbone down. Do a few more. Now, as you next deepen the lunge, stay there, reach up, low crescent. Add the lean forward, but the belly pulls back so you're stabilizing your lower part of your spine. Hands come together, inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Hook the right arm outside of the thigh. You can also go hand to floor, arm to ceiling. Or you get in there, tight cross body, right fingertips to the ground, left arm overhead. Releasing, unwind, look down, touch ground. Downward dog step. Stay put or breathe your way through vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale to downward facing. Now take your down dog and make it shorter by a footprint. That might mean you have to bend your knees. When your feet get a little too close to your hands, that's okay. Right leg up, back. As you exhale, right foot forward between the hands. Turn your back foot in and down so the legs create this pyramid shape. Bring your hands onto your hips and you come up to standing. Take the arms into the cactus and then go into that internal rotation. Reach your arms back. Can you keep them internally rotated, palms pressing backwards? Now turn your palms in, bend your elbows, connect prayer. It might be downward facing on the back, or you can flip the palms upward facing. The legs tone, they squeeze towards the middle of the mat. Inhale, lift the chest and the eyes. Exhale, go forward, pyramid. So keep working with right hip in and back. So you're stabilizing the pelvis with this muscle that's called your glute med. Now stay folded, touch the ground with your hands. Variation of revolved triangle. This variation, you take the left hand and put it smack onto your foot. Push down into your foot, the top of it. Right hand to the hip or waist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the right. Right arm to the sky. So that hand on the foot, it acts like a brace. Right hip moving in and back. Last breath here. Touch down, step back, short dog. So the right foot steps back to meet the left. Down dog is about a footprint too short. Other side, left leg up and back. Exhale, left foot forward between the hands. Right foot in and down on the angle, hands to the hips and come up. So you might want to check your feet that you're not on a tightrope, but you have 2 wide lanes for each leg. And then go to the cactus, do your internal rotation. Stretch the arms back, palms face back. Now flip them in, bring them close together, downward facing prayer or upward facing. Once you have the hands connected in some way, inhale, lift the chest and eyes. Exhale, go forward and down into pyramid, working with left hip in and back. Now release the hands to the floor, stay with the fold. Right hand braces against the top of the left foot. Left hand goes to hip or waist. Inhale, elongation. Exhale, can you spin belly, chest, and head to the left, left arm to the sky. Revolved triangle pose. Last full breath here in this one. Touch down, step back, go to short dog, and then bring your feet back a little farther, go to long dog. Stay there breathing, or take a vinyasa. And then from your downward facing dog, walk your feet halfway forward to your hands. Then walk your hands back to meet your feet. Sides of the big toes touching, heels apart. Bend the knees, reach the arms, chair pose. In your chair pose, let the weight go into your toes so your heels start to lift off the floor, and then keep sitting down and keep sitting down and keep sitting down and keep sitting down. Bring your hands together in prayer. So you can stay here and work the balance of this. The hips squeeze in, the knees squeeze in, the hands press together. Or you can take a crossbody twist where you hook the left elbow outside of the right thigh. And if you took that really deep hooked across crossbody twist in the revolved lunge, you can probably take the left arm, hook it deep on the outside of the right leg, left hand to the floor, right hand to the floor, go up into side crow. One more breath wherever you are. Bring it back. Standing forward fold, unwind and bow. Separate your feet. Take a ragdoll, hold opposite elbows, move a bit side to side. Then let the arms go. Heel toe the feet in close for the other side. Rock the weight into the toes and heels alike. Bend the knees, reach up, chair. Then heels start to come up. Keep sitting down. Keep sitting down. Keep sitting down. Keep sitting down. Hands together in prayer. So you can stay here and hone the midline. Or you twist the other way. So you're twisting left, hooking the right arm outside of the left leg. Or you do the deep, deep, deep crossbody hook. Set that hand on the floor, opposite hand on the floor, equidistant, and you go up into side crow. Bring it all the way back, unwind, and fold. Separate the feet hips distance, bend knees, grab elbows, hang, swing and breathe. Hands to the floor, walk them forward, step your legs back. Downward facing. Last vinyasa, if you want it, inhale plank, exhale lower down. Inhale upward dog or cobra. Exhale, take down dog. Then bend the knees, crouch, look, step or jump through to seated. Legs extend out in front of you. Find a tall seat. You may need a block underneath your backside for this one. You may need to bend your knees for this one. Dandasana staff pose. So you set the hands beside the hips, lift up through the sternum, through the chest, bring your chin slightly down and breathe. So seeing the chest rise and fall with your eye gaze. Now, can you keep that length of spine, chin parallel to the ground? Bend your knees so your feet are grounded. Reach your arms in front of you. Palms can face in or up. Hinge back a little bit. Lift the shins. Come to Navasana. You could also go legs up on a high diagonal. You could even go arms reaching up. One more breath wherever you are. Bend the knees. See that you have enough room to roll back. If you don't, slide forward and then come all the way down onto your back. Bend the knees a lot so the heels are pretty close to your backside. Turn the arm bones so you have the pinky side of your hand down, thumb side of your hand up. Tailbone long, so I asked you to notice which parts of your spine were touching and which weren't when you were lying on your back in the beginning. Now, can you adjust your pelvis so that more of your spine is placed against the mat beneath you? Keep that length in the spine, push the feet, lift the hips off the floor. Walk your arm bones in a bit closer. Bridge pose. Center the knees, reach forward. Hips lift upward. One more breath. Maybe the hips go a little bit higher. The thigh bones reach a little bit longer. Lift your heels, reach your arms overhead. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, come all the way down. Release the heels and release the arms. One more with the option to, actually two more with the option to lift one leg at a time. So find spine against ground, adjust the pelvis. Push feet, lift hips. Walk arm bones in if you're going closer together. You might even clasp them. Heel toe the right foot to the midline. Draw the left knee in, send the left leg up. Right thigh bone reaches long, hips lift. Last breath up here. Bend the knee and come all the way down. Heels up, arms overhead. Slowly release. Arms back along the sides of you. Take a couple breaths before we lift the opposite leg. Spine to floor as best you can. Feet grounded and spread evenly on the sticky mat. Press feet, lift hips. Walk the arm bones closer. Heel toe lefty more into the midline. Right knee in, right leg up. So center of left knee reaches, thigh bone long. Lift the hips. To release, bend your right knee, foot down. Heels both come up, arms go over the head, and slowly bring it down. Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, hand on belly. Other hand can be on the heart or resting by your side. Breathe way down low. So think of sending the breath into the belly like there's a balloon down in there that's becoming inflated with your inhalation. And then deflated with the exhale. Now reach down, hold the outer thighs, and guide your legs back together. Right knee in, left leg long. Right arm to the side. Left hand holds the outer right knee or right into the pit of it, twisting. Lower body left, upper body right. Bring your head back to the center, lower body back around. Give your right leg a good squeeze. And release right leg long, left knee hugs in. Cast your left arm off to the side, reach into the knee pit with your right hand. Pull yourself across. So now it's lower body right, upper body left. Head back to center, lower body back to the center. Give your legs one more embrace towards you. Thigh bones close to rib cage. Then stretch your legs long along your yoga mat. Let your palms face up. Lean a little to the right and scoop your left shoulder blade underneath you. Lean a little to the left, and can you scoop the right one underneath you? So you're supporting this lift of the chest. Let the eyes close. Take a long single inhalation. At the tippy top of the inhale, hold it in. And then do a double exhale. Exhale half, then exhale the rest. Do one more of those. Single long inhale. Double exhale. Exhale half your breath. Then exhale all the way, all the way, all the way. Lengthen the exhalation. Now let the breath become natural or easy. Open and close the jaw a couple times so you know you're not holding on to any tension there. Bringing a feeling of either heaviness or lightness to the body. Some of us associate relaxation with that feeling of floating. And sometimes we associate relaxation with that feeling of grounding or weightiness. So call that in. That quality of heavy or light. And allow it to support you in your Shavasana. allowing awareness to return and feeling the body resting, the breath moving in, the breath moving out. Take the arms, reach them up over, stretch your legs away from you. And bend the knees one at a time. Roll over onto your side. And from there, press into the ground, lift yourself all the way up to seated. Close the horizon line of your eyes, join your hands together. And we'll close through the sound of the beginning, the sound from where it all came, the sound of Om one time. Exhale fully. And take breath in. And may the merits of this practice that we've done here today benefit all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you. Tomorrow we go behind the Zoom wall for BTY. So if you want to take my class, I have a class tomorrow, Wednesday at 9 a.m. And I will be teaching a Friday class at 10:30 in the morning, and that's a mobility IQ class. So Vinyasa, 9 a.m. tomorrow, and then Friday, 10:30 a.m. for mobility IQ. And it'll be really cool because we can actually see each other's faces. Should you want to see me to see your face or to see other faces, you can always darken your screen and stop your video. Just follow along. Anyway, so good to see you all. Take care.